You ever notice how Americans bring up the news without really bringing it up?
Yeah, they never jump straight in. It's always something like, did you hear about that thing?
Right, super vague because they're not asking about the news first.
They're checking how you think.
Exactly. It's a temperature check. Are you calm? Are you intense? Are you even in the mood to talk about it?
That's why "what's your take" is such a common phrase.
And it sounds casual, but it's careful.
If you answer too strongly, it can get awkward fast.
Which is why a lot of people respond with, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence.
That phrase does a lot of work.
It means you're undecided, or you don't want to fully commit, or you just don't want conflict.
Sometimes it means all three.
And even when Americans disagree, they soften it.
Nobody says you're wrong.
They say, yeah, I see what you're saying, I just think.
Or, that's fair, but from what I've read.
The disagreement comes wrapped in politeness.
Because keeping the conversation comfortable matters more than winning.
And if someone doesn't want to talk about the news at all, they don't say that directly.
They'll say something like, honestly, I've stopped following it lately.
Which is a polite exit.
Or, it's just a lot right now.
That's code for, let's change the subject.
Another phrase you hear a lot is, I've been keeping an eye on it.
It sounds informed but neutral.
You're saying you're aware, not emotionally invested.
And when people do share an opinion, they often start with cushioning language.
From what I've seen, personally, I feel like...
Those phrases lower the tension before the opinion even lands.
Because strong opinions can feel aggressive in casual American conversation.
Especially with coworkers or people you don't know well.
So talking about news in the US isn't loud.
It's careful.
It's indirect.
And once you understand that,
you stop oversharing.
You stop turning small talk into debates.
And conversations feel smoother.
More natural.
Very American.
Another thing people miss is how Americans listen during these conversations.
Yeah, they give small signals without interrupting.
Like, yeah, right.
Those aren't agreement, they're just saying, I'm following you.
If you stay totally silent, it can feel awkward.
Almost like you're judging.
So people nod verbally.
Exactly. It keeps things friendly.
And when they want to disagree gently, they'll slow it down.
They'll start with, I might be wrong, but...
Or, this could just be me.
That softens whatever comes next.
Because the goal isn't to shock the room.
It's to stay relatable.
Another subtle move is asking questions instead of giving opinions.
That's a big one.
Instead of saying, that policy is bad, they'll ask, how do you think that's going to play out?
Now it's a conversation, not a confrontation.
And if things start getting tense,
Americans back off fast.
They'll joke or change the topic.
Or say something like, anyway.
Which means, let's reset.
You almost never see people push through discomfort.
Because that breaks the social rhythm.
And rhythm matters more than being right.
That's why people say things like, we can agree to disagree.
It's not a cop-out, it's a peace treaty.
It says, we're done here, and that's okay.
So if you want to sound natural,
stay curious, not intense.
React, don't debate.
And remember, in American small talk,
comfort always wins.
There's also a point where people quietly exit the conversation.
Yeah, and they do it without making it obvious.
They'll say something like, yeah, it's complicated.
That's a soft stop.
Or, we'll see how it goes.
Which really means, I don't want to go deeper.
Another classic is, I don't have enough info yet.
Safe, neutral, no sides.
Because taking a hard position can follow you.
Especially at work.
That's why people keep opinions flexible.
They leave room for change.
And when someone shares a strong opinion, the listener often doesn't respond with their own opinion.
They reflect instead.
Like, yeah, I've heard that a lot. Or, that seems to be how a lot of people feel.
You're acknowledging without agreeing.
That skill alone saves so many conversations.
Because it keeps things neutral and respectful.
And if someone pushes for your opinion, you can still stay vague.
Honestly, I'm still thinking about it.
Or, I'm trying to see both sides.
Those phrases buy you time.
And they signal maturity.
So talking about news in America isn't about having the best argument.
It's about knowing when to speak and when to hold back.
And once you get that,
you stop feeling pressure to perform.
You stay relaxed.
and the conversation stays friendly.
Which is really the whole point.
One last thing people don't realize is how much silence means in these conversations.
Yeah, silence isn't empty, it's intentional.
If someone pauses before answering, they're choosing their words.
And that's usually respected.
Rushing to fill the silence can come off as pushy.
Or like you're trying to steer the conversation.
Americans often let a topic fade instead of closing it.
They'll just shift naturally.
From news to work.
From work to weekend plans.
No announcement, no conclusion.
Just a smooth turn.
And if someone circles back later?
That means they trust the space now.
Because comfort builds slowly in these conversations.
Not through strong opinions.
But through restraint.
Knowing when not to say something.
That's why phrases like, I hear you, matter.
You're not agreeing, you're acknowledging.
And acknowledgement goes a long way.
Especially with people you don't know well.
So, if you ever feel unsure,
less is usually more.
Ask questions.
Stay curious.
Leave room.
That's how these conversations stay safe.
And once you understand that,
talking about news feels less stressful.
More natural.
Very American.